Just because you did enter the faith, don't seal it up for you for all time, because you've got to continue in the faith in order for it to continue to have power in your life. And really this has to do with the 10 virgins, the ones that were wise and the ones that were unwise. You know, the 10 wise virgins, they bought oil for their lamps and trimmed them down, and so that whenever they went to sleep, when Christ returned, you know, they didn't sleep through it. The 10 unwise ones, their lamps ran out. So that when Christ returned, they slept right through it. I mean, we need to understand the wisdom behind that, because even if you have entered the faith, it's like that false doctrine of once saved, always saved. Because as Paul said in Romans 8:13, if we live according to the flesh, we will die. But if we, through the Holy Spirit, put to death the deeds of the body, we shall live. And really, the revelation in if we live according to the flesh goes so way beyond, just the deeds of the flesh in that sense, because it also has to do with the outward forms of the law and thinking that you're justified by the outward forms of the law. As Paul wrote Timothy, those that have a form of godliness but deny the power of godliness. We need to understand the truth. As Paul tries to convey in 2 Corinthians 13, verses 7 and 8, we don't do what's right to appear approved. We have no power over the truth but for the truth. I mean, one translation says that, we're born of the truth and can do nothing against the truth. I mean, just as before we were born again, we had no power over sin. But now that we're born again, we have no power over the truth, over righteousness. I mean, we need to understand the truth.